Now, let's just say you do have two passengers. Mr. Jones says, hey, you know what? I'm bringing my buddy back too. Now they're going to have to split that up, okay? Or now you need hors d'oeuvres out of it and stuff like that. That's where like the little spoons, or you can take one of these. If you have extra, slice it. A little sauce. Do I have any of those spoons left? Okay.
Would you never use garnish that's not edible?
That is true. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put like a piece of plastic or anything. Now,
I'm talking about, some garnish.
like, the flour, you can actually eat it if you want to. It is edible. It is edible. Now, are your passengers going to eat a flower? I've never seen somebody eat an orchid. Okay. There are some really nice edible little flowers that you can mix in with your greens and stuff like that, and they actually do really taste good. The orchids, no, nobody's going to eat an orchid. Some of the other flowers, nobody's going to eat those. But as far as garnish and stuff like that, you can do it, but try to stay away from it. Now that used to be the big phase, are the orchids, and put them on everything, stuff like that, and make it look pretty if you don't have anything else. Okay. And same with this. This is kind of like old school too. If you take the parsley or rosemary sprig and stuff like that, it's kind of old school, but it's easy. Okay. And if you're dealing with 14 passengers and stuff like that, and you have to do a lot of garnishes, and am I going to shift a lot of different spices and put it all around there? It's going to take a lot of time, because as much as a lot of people think and saying, hey, yes, I'm going to give first class service, and it's going to be white glove, and you got the tablecloth out and stuff like that. But with 14 people, it's more like, I gotta get this food out. They're hungry. Okay. And then there's other times that you're going to have to do 6-course meals, 4-course meals, 5-course meals. I've done a 6-course meal from Fort Lauderdale to Jacksonville. Okay. An hour flight. Okay. These people wanted a 6-course, and they ate it all. I don't know how I did it, but they ate it all.
How did you have time to do that kind of service?
Well, I mean, this was on a BBJ, so therefore it wasn't just me. I had 2 other flight attendants on that part, so it wasn't just me. But we had 24 passengers too. It was just me cooking in the back, but that's where you kind of get creative of, what do I pre-plate? What do I get? What do I heat up first? How do I get everything ready for that time frame? Exactly, your mental check. Because a lot of times you'll have business people flying, and it's just a business meeting. They're going in the morning. It's just a quick 40-minute flight, but they want breakfast. So you have to feed them something. So you're actually doing everything, breakfast and stuff like that, clean up, put everything away, and you're landing. Next thing you know, you're sitting down landing and doing your silent review. Actually, you know what? But if that's all you have, I'm not saying you want to take it. You can taste it. I bet you it probably won't be that bad. I wasn't thinking. Now, if you take the little spoon, and then chop up the meat and stuff like that, and then you can put it on something, on like the spoon with the little Korean barbecue sauce and stuff like that. But that's one of those things. You have to be resourceful of what you do, because I've had people saying, you know what, I don't want any food on the aircraft, and they show up, I'm hungry. What do you have? Trust me, have you ever seen like Top Chef? Okay. When they have that like Frito-Lay, they have the vending machine, challenge. Like, okay, now I gotta get all the food out of the vending machine and make something gourmet out of it. You will run into that, trust me. So that's why it's like, okay, yeah, here you go. Spruce it up a little bit, but do something that you're going to have to feed your passengers something, and they're going to want to eat something. So, and most of your passengers will understand. If they say, I don't want anything, what do you have? But if you present that, I always had quesadilla, flour tortillas. Okay. I always had some kind of some kind of cheese and shells on board the airplane and stuff like that. So therefore I always carried that. So therefore I always had fruit on the airplane. So like I used to cut the flour tortillas into small little shells, like so they're like mini quesadillas, and I used to do pear and brie mini quesadillas for snacks and stuff like that. You can do little wraps and different things. So you have to be resourceful what you do, but when you do place a catering order, always project for the unexpected and try to get more for your passenger. So therefore, you can make something else out of something. Okay? Huh? Depends on your budget, but most of the time you'll see as a corporate flight department, the budgets they're important. Okay, because catering also, like, you want a lime and lemon and stuff like that. The catering is going to charge you like $3 for a lemon. Okay, so that's why, like, actually, I have fly tent kits in your packages. I think, or online, you can go look at them. That it comes with lemons, limes, herbs, half and half milk and stuff like that. And I did it for a fly tent kit for half the cost. So therefore, you don't have to go to the grocery store and try to get those items. So yes, you do have to be cost conscious, but they're going to order what they want. If they want lobster bisque and steak, and they don't care what the price is. They want lobster bisque and steak. Okay, I've been on flights and they say, hey, I want this specific kind of caviar. I'm in the middle and I had to get flown in. Okay. That specific caviar was like $4,000 for the caviar for the amount that I ordered, and it cost me $4,000 to get it flown in. So just the caviar cost me $8,000. Okay, but that's what they wanted. That's what they get. And that's where But you also have to be conscious and say, hey, I'm not going to spend $10 for a little pint of milk. So it's a catch-22. You get them what you want. What?
I said unless you're on the West Coast, like Hawaii.
Why?
$10 for that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Hawaii's very expensive. And you'll find like catering is very expensive throughout the world. It changes from location. Brazil is right now during the World Cup and stuff like that was outrageous. We just got done with the Coca-Cola World Cup tour that we took the World Cup around the world. Coca-Cola took the World Cup around the world. We did like 150 stops throughout the world. Okay, and we had to do catering for that airplane at every place they went. Brazil was one of the most expensive places out of everywhere. Okay, you go to Geneva, it's expensive. So different places are more expensive, and you'll find that out when you fly more and more. Las Vegas is a little bit more than usually, the East Coast. You go up to New York, you're paying a little bit more than you are in Richmond, Virginia. So that's just a part of doing business, because catering is expensive, because you also got to realize saying, why is that so expensive? Well, these containers aren't cheap. The plates aren't cheap. So there's different costs involved, and that the caterers are 24/7. You can say, hey, call me and say, hey, I need this food at 3 o'clock in the morning. We're going to get you food at 3 o'clock in the morning. So there's a lot of overhead and cost involved with catering. That's why things are a little bit more expensive than if you just went to the grocery store and bought it. Okay, so now we're going to do some dishes. Some of you guys have the pork dish, some of you guys have the steak dish. Okay, I'm going to let you guys kind of decide on who gets what. I can talk to you guys a little bit about that. Do you guys have business cards yet and stuff like that? Okay. Okay. Well, I have my business cards in there. You guys can email me and anything. I want to be a resource for the flight tent. So no matter where you are in the world, or you're going, or if you have a question, you can give me a call. Okay. Or email me and stuff like that and say, hey, I'm going to this location. What do you know about catering? Okay. Even if we don't have if we don't have a kitchen there, or I haven't been there, I know somebody who has been there, or I know what the best caterer is there, and I'll tell you. I'm very honest, because if you don't have a successful flight, you're not going to order from me later on, So, but if you're going someplace and you want information of where to go, what to do, or where's the grocery stores and stuff like that, give me a call, because most likely I've been there. I've been to like 78 countries throughout the world, okay, and thousands of cities and stuff like that. and I know thousands of flight attendants. So if I don't know them, I can contact somebody and go, hey, what's this? This industry is very hard. Is anybody working right now, or like is gonna work? So you guys are all contract flight attendants, I'm gonna say, correct? For right now, you guys are all contract flight attendants. Like someone, if I call you up and say, yeah, oh, okay, that's true. But as contract flight attendants, for especially the ones since you've been in the industry, it's a very hard industry to get into sometimes. Okay, once you're in, you're in, but it's very hard to get in. And your best bet is always to look, professional, be sharp. Do your safety reviews. Do your pre-flight equipment check with the pilots and stuff like that before you get on board. Take care of your pilots. Okay. Most of the time.